is question 1 Ix. So it's 0.74 multiplied by 1000. I'm going to write it out again. So which way am I going to move the decimal point? Right or left?
Right.
Okay, so if you see 1000, you move it right. How many decimal points do you move? You see three zeros. So you move it 1, 2, decimal point ends up there. So I need a 0 there. So it's 740. Okay. Another example. What happens if I multiply it by 100? 0.74. I move it 2 places to the right. 1, 2. The answer is 74. What happens if I multiply it by 10? I move it 1 place to the right. The answer is 7.4. Because 1 place to the right, because there's 1 0. Okay, that's question 1 IV. Question 2. Question 2 VII. Right, were you? 387. What happens when you divide by 1000? The decimal point is here. We move the decimal point dividing, we move it to the left. How many spaces? 1, 2, 3 zeros. 1, 2, 3. The answer is?
0.387.
Okay. And equivalent, what happens if I divide by 100?
2 spaces.
There are 2 spaces.
3.77. 3.87.
And then keep looking up. Divide by 10.
2. 1 space.
I move it 1 space to the left. 38.7. Okay. Alright, so that's question 2. Question 3. Question 3 part VIII. 158 divided by 100. Dividing means move the decimal point left. So 158 decimal point is there, and we move it 2 zeros, that means 2 spaces to the left. 1, 2, 1.58. Okay, what happens if I change that to 10? 1 space to the left. That's 15.8, isn't it? Okay, watch this. What happens if it's 10,000 divided by 10,000? How many zeros? 4 spaces to the left. Decimal point is there. 1, 2, 3, 4. I need to put a 0 underneath that. The answer is 0.0158. Okay, that's question 3. Question 4. Keep looking up. Question 4. VIII. 0.7 multiplied by, so multiplied means move it to the right. Okay, so the decimal point will move to the right, but in this case we have to actually multiply it. And so far you've been shown, what do? Ignore the decimal point to begin with. Okay, so we'll start with 7. 7 2s are 14, down to 4 carry the 1. 7 1s are 7 plus 1 is 8. What happens when you multiply 0 times something? You get 0. So you don't have to go any further. Now, how many numbers are behind the decimal point? We have 1, 2 numbers to the right of the decimal point. We have 3. So we start here. So decimal point is, and then we move it 1, 2, 3. That's where the decimal point ends up. I need to put a 0 underneath that arch. The answer is 0.084. Is that okay? Question 4, question 5. Keep looking up. I'm nearly finished. VII. So we have 42.5 multiplied by 0.06. So I'll write it down. 42.56 0.06. When multiplying, look up. Does it matter that I don't have the decimal point underneath the other decimal point when multiplying? No. Okay, so now multiply by 6. 6 5s are 30. Down to 3, down to 0, carry the 3. 6 2s are 12 plus 3, 15. Down to 5, carry the 1. 6 4s 24 and 1, 25. Okay, now if I multiply by 0, I get nothing. If I multiply by 0, I get nothing. Alright, so how many numbers are to the right of the decimal point? 1, 2, 3. So I start with my decimal point here, and I go 1, 2, 3. 2.55. I can put the 0 in there if I want, but I can take it out if I want. Okay, now question 6. Question 6, VI. 1.1 multiplied by something is equal to 0.55. Okay, so 1.1 multiplied by what is 0.55? So first of all, if I get 11 and I multiply it by 5, what do I get?
55.
I got 55. But what's the answer? It's,
0.55.
yeah.
So
So I need to move the decimal point. How many spaces? To get 0.55? Okay, so up here I need to move it 1, 2. So it's 0.05. That's one way of doing it. We'll look at different ways of doing it. So just double check it. 11 multiplied by 0.05. See if this is the correct answer. 5 times 11 are 55. And then how many numbers are behind the decimal point? 2, 1, 2. Is that the correct answer? Yeah, so the answer is 0.55. They're slightly harder, but we'll have to practice.